What will never not be funny?
Trying to hold in your laughs when you aren't supposed to be laughing with your friends. Edit. I did not expect this to get any upvotes. WTF, thank you, smiley face.
Going to church at a Catholic elementary school. My best friend and I would try to hold in so many laughs we would get an ab workout.
The theater episode of the IT Crowd. I'm disabled. When Moss turns around at the bar. My God, it's got to be one of the best timed bits of comedy ever.
Animals seeing their reflection into a mirror and not recognizing it. One time when my dog was a puppy, he got mad at me because I wouldn't let him play with Mirror Dog.
Whose line is it anyway? I'm not a fan of stand-up comedy, but those guys make me cry laughing. Like, I have to press pause and get my shit together. Edit. Yes, I know it's improv and not stand-up. 1,000 pardons to the ones who chose to drop pedantry bombs on me. I will be more clear, I'm not a fan of what passes for comedy these days. Of any flavor. There. Better. Yes. I could watch it on repeat and not get tired. Colin and Ryan had an awesome dynamic.
Nice, Ron.
What? Am I not allowed to sneeze?
The most married for over 30 years response ever.
The Australian bloke getting arrested saying, "What's the charge, sir?" Enjoying a meal. A succulent Chinese meal. And you, sir, are you waiting to receive my limp penis? Yes. I see you know your judo well.
Accidentally walking in on my dad, my uncle, and my grandma smoking a joint of my grandma's medical marijuana as a teen, my grandma saying, "Are you in or are you out?" Mostly asking if I was going to keep the secret from my aunt, face with tears of joy not knowing any of them smoked weed and saying yes because how often does that opportunity occur all at once? I take a couple hits and we go to dinner, hot dogs and macaroni, we all keep our cool, probably too silently eating our food, and I look over as I'm trying to suction off that inevitable first bite of bread bun from the roof of my mouth, and I lock eyes with my tiny little grandma doing the same thing. And the seal of silence broke and we laughed so hard, despite trying to hold back, my uncle and dad covered their plates as we burst out laughing, mouths full. My aunt in utter confusion and sudden realization all at once. Face with tears of joy, just shaking her head while we tried to control ourselves to no end. Best memory ever, still makes me laugh. Face with tears of joy, it's the small things in life, there's nothing bigger. When my dog is laying in bed, completely asleep, and scares itself by farting, jumping up and running out of the room. As much as I hate being woken up in the middle of the night, this makes me laugh every time.
Mine used to fart himself awake plus then look at his butt like he had no idea how this could have happened to him despite it happening on a pretty much daily basis.
I've farted so loud I woke the dog up. She never thinks it's as funny as I do.
When the bug flew in that reporter's mouth in that country-ass town. Was waiting for the bus with a friend to go to a party back when I was a teen. Had a beer while waiting and OFC a police car drive by and then stop. We both quickly throw the beers in a trash can while the police car turn and come towards us. The officer rolls down the window and we prepare to get warning or fined. But instead he asks us if we have seen a cow. Apparently there was a cow on the loose somewhere in the city. Granted, I am terrible at telling stories. But it was and still is funny 15 to 20 years later.
Did he find the cow though? It's just the one cow, actually. A few years ago some friends and I went to the beach together. As we were packing up, one of the guys crouched down and exposed a considerable quantity of butt crack. His girlfriend/fiancée was kneeling right behind him with a handful of sand. She saw his exposed crack, looked down at the handful of sand, looked up at me, back to the sand, back to the crack, and then just casually slid it down his pants. He didn't react. So, she grabbed another handful of sand and slid that in as well. Still no reaction. Got about 5 handfuls of sand in there before he finally noticed. It may not be that funny to read, but just watching the casual mental cogs clicking into place of, I'm gonna put the sand in his butt kills me every time I think about it. Am I pregnant? Can you get pregnant?
If woman has starch masks, does that mean she's been pregnant before?
The police asking a blind man if he had seen the suspect.
You didn't happen to see anything at all?